Good afternoon, this is Bob Ichino along with Mike Arnold from Path Trading Partners. This is an afternoon Path Chat covering the futures markets for May 17th. There's really not a lot to say today except the White House and the missteps of this White House, some of which it was assumed would affect the markets and they then did not. This one did. There's really nothing else to point to in terms of what happened to the markets today. And what happened to the market today was you had the Dow and the S&P had their worst day in 8 months. S&P down 1.8%, Dow down 1.75%, a little bit more than 1.75%. NASDAQ down 2.57%, gold up 1.87%, and oil still below 49, but up a little bit less than 0.75%. Nothing really was spared in the market today except for sort of the consumer staples, your Procter & Gamble's, Colgate's, and the like. And those were really only up marginally, but everything else was pretty much down. And it was all on this idea that Comey's going to testify, and this is somehow going to turn into, these Comey memos are going to turn into the catalyst for impeachment proceedings and possibly even charges of obstruction of justice. Most of the legal opinions I'm seeing right now are saying that it's not likely to rise to obstruction of justice. Even if Comey penned memos, it's still a he said, he wrote kind of a thing. There were no witnesses to any of this. But it definitely riled the markets and scared the markets. And how do we know it scared the markets? The move in the VIX. This is a VIX chart right here. The VIX was up over 40% in a single day. You could see that it reached its most recent highs, just short of its most recent highs in one session. Really, that's all it was in one session. So anyway, there's not a whole lot else to talk about. We're not going to talk about any economic data. We are waiting for Japanese GDP, but the dollar's been going down. The dollar's going to go down either way. There was going to be no way that the dollar rallied the way that this news was affecting the markets. And when you look at the CME Fed Watch tool, the probability of a Fed rate hike at the June 14th meeting has dropped from 10 days ago, we were almost at 90%. And now we're down at 64.6%. So it's coming down to a coin toss if it goes down any further than that. And that is all on this Trump news. So that's what we're looking at today. Let me turn it over to Mike so he could show you what was done to the actual markets. Mike, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Bob. So, as you can see on the VIX chart below, the record streak of closes below 11 has ended, and it ended in pretty incredible style. So we closed 1559 today on the VIX, highest close since back on the 17th of April. Big reversal with everything going on with the presidency. So some fear came into the market finally. Let's check out what the markets did. So we've been watching the transports, which we were watching a double bottom, not that we were trading it, but just seeing if it would go to completion. Did not. This would have stopped out had we been trading it, but since this is indice, we were not trading it on the indice. Very interesting right there that stopped out, removing a couple key levels because we've gone and broken out of this range and approached, just got below this prior major swing low, closed below that. So on a continued down move tomorrow, the next levels down are going to be 87.57 to 60 area, and then the rising 200, 87.32. Then below that, we don't have much until the 8,600 level. Rally back up. We are still going to have some resistance at this prior swing low, 87.98. Then we'll be watching for a potential rally to about 88.85, then about 89.35 on a stronger rally back up. Let's look over to the industrials. Also, big down day today, down 1.78% or 372 points in the Dow. Closing right on a longer term 37.5 Gann level. So continued decline tomorrow. 20,552's first level. Then we're looking for about 20,460, 61 area. Then we'd be watching for a return to the lows, which come in right around this 20,370 area. We got below this trend line, the end of the move for this trend line, the end of the simple clear path is about 20,540, so you can watch for that. The end of the advanced clear path would be about 20,406. On a rally higher, though, you're going to be watching for some resistance at 20,720 to 21, where you also have this GAN level and a hooking 50, which comes in about 20,738. Above there, next key levels 20,800, and then we get back to kissing the trend line goodbye, which would pretty much recover all the down move today, right around this 20,863 area, where we're probably going to get a first cross of the rotation zone. Over to the S&P, which was down 1.62%, breaking through a lot of levels. This also below this trend line. The target on that for the simple clear path move would be about 2348. The advanced clear path also coinciding with a GAN level 2333. So first thing you'll be watching for on a move lower tomorrow, 2353.50 area, first level, 2348 second level, 2343 third level, significant level coming in at 2337. On a rally back up, flat 50 and prior gain level 2363. Next level above there is a prior breakdown zone 2365 to 66. Then you could be looking for about 2374. Then if we really rally up to kiss the trend line goodbye, 2380 to 2383 next major levels. Finally, over to the NASDAQ. NASDAQ down 2.52%. Pretty big decline in the NASDAQ today. Closing just below 37.5% GAN level. Continued move lower. We have end of an advanced clear path right around this 55.38. GAN level coming in at 55.33, so at 33 to 38 levels going to be nice to come in. Then about the 55.20 level, we have a rising longer term trend line. If that breaks, flattening 50 and another key GAN level at 54.90. And then slightly below that prior breakout zone, 54.81 to 82. On a rally back up. Minor resistance at 55.96 to about 56.08. It's going to be your resistance zone. If that breaks and we continue to move higher, 56.33, followed by a hooking 8 about 56.55, and then on a really strong rally about 56.78. Major levels in the NASDAQ. Crude also rallied today. Outside day compared to yesterday, higher high and lower low. It's really caught in this range. So we're going to really be watching for a move below 48. A close below 48 is key for us, but a sustained move below 48 intraday. We're then going to be watching for a target of about 47.70, then followed by about 47.50. Then on a bigger move down, 47.09 to 47. On a continued rally, we have a significant level coming in right about this 49.60, which this high just was short of today. We were about 49.50, flat 50-day exponential moving average, and this just poked through it. So this is a very, very key area. That's going to be your first major level of resistance, right around this 49.50 to 49.60 area. If we get through that, watch for a pretty quick rally, potentially to the 62.5% GAN level, which coincides with the $50 mark and a declining trend line. Then above that, prior breakdown zone about 50.25, and then on a really strong rally, 50.79 to 80 area. Let's just take a look at gold and silver today. Gold, big up move. Gold up 1.91%, went through a bunch of our key levels and our longer term declining trend line. This is still going into advanced clear path. With this into advanced clear path, the first target up Higher is 1265.40 area, and the full target is about 1269.50 area. So those are key areas you're going to be watching for. Higher, if we get through those, 1272 area. Pullback. Watch for some very minor support about 1257 to 58. Then we'll be watching for 1256, 1254, and on a larger pullback about 1251. Then if all those are broken, 1247 area. Finally, to wrap up today, over to silver. Silver not as strong as gold. Gold's generally a flight to safety. Silver still came up, pretty much traded off our 37.5% GAN level, and then fell back down with a slight up close, closing right on a significant level. That's why it's a significant level. It's been on the charts for a while. So rally back up. 1703 first level. That's broken 1716, then about 1728. Pullback 1680, followed by 1670. Then we could see some support coming in about 1662, rising 8 in prior key area. If all that is broken on a big down move for some reason, you'd be looking about 1642 to 1646 area. That's all we have for you. Back to you, Bob.
Thanks for that, Mike. I mentioned in this morning's Path Chat to pay attention to this particular news cycle. We'll see how long it lasts. Mike gave you the levels to watch in the next few moves, and that's all we can do for you guys. We'll keep an eye on the economic news, but this is going to dominate the market news cycle for the next number of days. Thanks for watching. If you like what we're doing, hit like, hit subscribe, and we will see you in the next Path Chat. Cheers, everyone.